I am Devin Burgess, that is Frank King, and Clayton Wagner. Clayton, who the hell are you?
Clayton.
And why are you here?
I'm here with the USCCA and partnership we have with Jefferson Indoor Range and Devin. Hoping to do good things in this community.
So USCCA sells insurance, huh?
Self-defense liability insurance, education and training. Frank, longtime member, as you can see.
You roped him in already. He didn't even come in the building and he's already a member. So what does it do if you have a concealed carry permit and you have to use your gun? Under my understanding, from the times that we talked, you cover liability if you have to use your firearm in self-defense?
Yeah, so we cover any act of self-defense, not only your firearm, right? So Frank probably knows this. You got to use your fists. Most concealed carry holder owners, they don't carry their firearm at all times. Only about 2.7
idiots, huh?
2.7%. You'd think it would be higher, but
Frank almost shot me this morning coming in here.
this world surprises me every day with statistics. So, but yeah, it's any act of self-defense, right? Americans have the right to defend themselves, so we'll be there to protect them in the back end. So that's why we're here.
You told me if not only guns, so if Frank comes in my house at 2 in the morning, eyeing up my wife, and I whack him in the head with a toaster, son, stick him in a body bag, you'll cover me for a toaster, huh?
If Frank is threatening your life, right, and that aspect is there, absolutely, man.
With anything.
Toaster strudel.
Smack him in the head with a toaster.
Depends on what you got,
I
man.
dumped the fridge on him.
Machete.
That's pretty cool. Have you had a bunch of people that have called with, I mean, I'm sure you can't talk too much about each person's name and everything. You had some crazy stories about people whacking them with a,
Right, yeah, it's like
with a hide a key rock outside their house.
Yeah, it's like asking your auto insurance, your homeowner's insurance agent, what's the craziest story you heard, right?
I want to know what it is.
Yeah, and none of them have good stories. So we got some good ones. Unfortunately, I don't have any of them.
They publish a lot of
them.
them in the Concealed Carry magazine, actually.
Frank, thanks for the backup right there, man. Because that's a solid point, man.
Frank's releasing in the hole.
Concealed Carry magazine is actually next month's issue, January. Keep it in mind, Frank. We had an individual who was charged with first-degree murder, defending his life, and his story is.
What state was he in?
I don't know what state it was.
Probably one of them.
Yeah.
No good ones.
Probably one of the blackout states.
Did y'all say y'all covered the? God damn, I forgot their names. The family that the man and woman that was on TV.
They were not members, unfortunately, on their aspect. Yeah, they were not members.
Yeah, it sucks. What would you have done with that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because they didn't do.
I'm just outside. I'm just
for people that don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It was after the riots and stuff started. A group came into like a subdivision and was being rowdy, and they came out with with guns, was standing on their property and got a bunch of shit for it.
Private property.
Right.
Private property. Yeah.
You would have covered them.
Yeah, hey, private property, imminent danger, right? All those factors are there. I would assume in that case that they would be protected. Yeah.
I think what they got screwed on was that they went outside their house and they were pointing the guns at the.
Were they?
Yeah. I think that's why they got in trouble. Because they were brandishing weapons outside.
I didn't see him point anything at anybody.
Yeah, that guy was like this, and the woman
was ready.
The woman was really
about to pop herself in the face if she shot somebody.
I think the woman did more damage than good in that situation. Yeah, with that little
holding it like this.
Mm-hmm.
Little Walter.
You don't know anybody that did something wild that y'all covered?
Yeah, I know a few stories, but of course, as insurance goes, right? Protect names, protect instances, right? So
you
a lot
can
of
make
that
one up.
situation.
I don't really care
You just want to hear some crazy shit,
somebody threw somebody off their roof into their Toyota.
Hit them with their boat.
Right. Yeah, as you can imagine, man, what's going on nowadays. I mean, it's every single day, dude. It's every single
How many
day.
members you have?
We got about 550,000 members. We're adding about 35,000 every month right now. The crazy shit that's going on right now, people are realizing. So we're adding a lot.
So if people see you, if they come in and do a concealed carry class with us at Jefferson Indoor, they'll probably see Frank and you. What do you do?
Yeah, absolutely. So I talk to them about what we do.
Talk about drunk.
Talk about them about the program, about the membership, and get them signed up. Yeah, it's easy. It's an easy sell.
It's yearly or monthly or
Monthly or yearly. So the cost is minimal.
And they do a bunch of stuff actually, and not to jump in, but
Jump in, Frank.
that that you don't really realize until after you get the membership. Like they're constantly advertising, giving away guns, and here's this special you can get if you mention. The
What do you have to do to
USCCA.
get the gun?
Go and just sign up.
Okay.
It's like a giveaway.
Y'all should do the best story. Gets the gun. Have people fighting over there.
I'm gonna give Frank the hat, and he can just take over,
Hey.
man. He's
I
our
love it.
spokesperson.
He did. When I told him you were coming in, he
So-
whipped out that card.
So disclaimer, I'm only gonna come to Frank's concealed carry classes from now on, because I know people are gonna sign up after
We
he
had a
talks.
rough start. So if the people that don't know, what's up, Dave? It's alright.
You want us to lock up the store side and leave this side open?
Yeah, you can lock up the store. Yeah, just this side. We're good. Thank you. What the shit was I talking? Oh, so when I told him you were coming, he whipped out that card and he said he liked just, so that was a big plus. We did a few other your competitors, and man, I hated them. I probably gave you some shit the first couple of times, and I
Yeah.
apologize, but I was so pissed off at the other. There's a few other smaller companies that do that, and they were just no good. I would
It's-
never do that. I think I told
think-
you I'd never let you in this place, but you worked on me. And
I think the only one second to you, like the top 5, is the NRA's version of their insurance.
I
You
forget
guys are number 1.
The name of the one that we did, but man, it was miserable. They came twice. We never got paid for anything. The people that were in the class didn't really have anything good to say. It was just a mess. I'm not sure I wouldn't say it anyway, but I'm not sure the name of it.
They have
There's a
a-
few.
Yeah, don't ever mention names anyways.
But
It's not worth your time,
The
right?
USCCA would be the only one that we would
Premier.
give another try with, right? So I think the first one, we're at the end of, we're on Christmas, if people watch this in the future, so it'll start probably January 9th. Isn't that what we said?
January 9th, first
Right,
class.
so if you're lucky enough to, it's already full, but if you're lucky enough to get in that class, you'll see Frank.
Day
you'll see
before my
Clayton.
birthday.
Is it? How old are you?
I'll be 50.
Oh, look, a day over 49.
I was just about to say you look young. 50. How you feeling? I feel like I'm dying. I'm 30. Is 50 miserable?
No, actually, I mean, I feel better than I did
God damn you, I feel like shit.
most of my life.
I feel like I'm dying every morning.
I mean, ever since I was in the military, every time I get up, I just pop right up. I don't.
Well,
They kind of drill that
Can't
into
get any
you.
worse, can it?
shit, so I'm kicking. Just yell at me. It's alright. We're laid back. This ain't Jay Leno. We're drinking. But so how many places in the area you do? There's not many in the area. We're in. For people watching, we're outside of New Orleans, Louisiana.
Yeah, right on the outskirts of New Orleans. We got several ranges. I would say Jefferson's going to be our premier in New Orleans. But aside from that, we work with about 55 instructors in Southeast Louisiana. So we got big footprint.
Who else is in Southeast Louisiana in the area?
I don't think I want to mention names on your podcast.
I
But,
know.
yeah.
It's like in the city.
Instructors,
Oh,
not ranges.
I got you.
Not
I got you.
ranges.
Yeah, there's
So-
a bunch of instructors.
a bunch of instructors, over 2,000 now, NRA. That's not even counting post certified instructors. But NRA certified instructors is over 2,000. But let's face it, only about 500, maybe 400 actually have classes in the whole state of
Right.
Louisiana.
I saw
Um,
you called from Texas. You're from Texas?
From Texas originally, so lived here for about a year. Moved here for COVID specifically.
Why did you do that? That
To
was
catch
a
it?
terrible decision.
Yeah, exactly.
I know,
Right,
huh?
yeah.
You must have really
Get it
moved.
over with, right?
Moved to the Party
I
City.
I got COVID last month.
I heard
It was rough.
that.
I didn't think it was real, to be honest, but it messed me up. I was really sick for like 2 days.
So I've heard different symptoms. I've heard
Well, there's 5 of us that got it, and 2 of us were pretty sick, and 3 of them weren't. 3 of us weren't sick. I was really sick. There was like 2 days where my oxygen level went to like 80. I couldn't breathe. I was
80's
really
low.
sick.
damn.
I mean, it probably didn't work. I bought one of those shitty Walgreens ones. So I mean, I finally took it off. Like, if I die, I don't want to be looking at this
Glory to
$20 Walgreens oxygen indicator. I'm probably fine. Just
Right.
messing with my head. But no, I felt really bad for like 2 days.
And did you take anything that kind of helped, or I've heard
Coke and heroin helped a lot. It got me. I took. The funny part was I went to the doctor, not a doctor, but one of those drive-up ones. They cram that crap down your face, and he wanted to test me for 4 things, and 3 of them were the nasal swabs, and he was having a bad day. So I told him, look, I don't like needles. I don't like people sticking shit in my ears or my nose. So, chill out. We're gonna get through this. And the first one, he jammed in my nose, and I was like, man, I don't think I can let you do that two or 3 more times. He's like, all right, well, these 2 are for strep and something else, and they're not as deep. And he jammed it, and my nose is bleeding. I was like, bro, this is not good, because I'm sick already, and he's sticking this crap in my brain. I can feel it hitting my eyes, like in the back, my nasal. So he did another one, and then one in my throat for something else, strep. I don't remember which ones were for which, but he came in and said, yeah, you got COVID, all right, Z-Pack, which I heard, on the WebMD, you're dying if you go to WebMD, because that's all they tell you is that you're dying. So I was like, I don't feel good. This is going to say that I'm going to die in a couple of days. So, but I kept looking, and they said you need zinc, some vitamins, and I got some vitamins, and that's when I started feeling better.
Vitamin D.
And then that night I tried to work out the first night, and it was not good. I think that's what really messed me up too.
So you found out you had COVID.
Well,
and then you decided to work out?
Well, I not a big workout, but I do push-ups and sit-ups and stuff every night. So, but I didn't feel that bad the first night. I didn't feel that bad. So, took a shower. Before I took a shower, I did some push-ups and stuff. And the next morning, I was really sick. And then after that, I got vitamins, which really helped. I don't know why they don't say that on TV. To don't eat terrible things. Try to to be healthy.
Right.
They just want a vaccine, but I don't think that's the best. Well, shit, I don't know.
I read this morning that the UK is locking themselves down again because there's a separate strain now.
Oh, of course.
Another strain of it.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ. But anyway, I was really sick. You had it?
I didn't. No, I have not had it.
Mm-hmm.
Hope to keep it that way.
I thought I had it like
getting
in
the
January.
vaccine?
Well, you know what? I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I never get the flu shot. I feel like I'm healthy enough to fight it off.
The funny part is I got the first flu shot I've ever had this year.
Sick as
I
a
had
dog.
a baby, and I got sick too, and then I got COVID.
See, and everybody I know that gets the flu vaccine gets sick
Well, I
as a
think
dog.
it makes you if you're not normally sick a lot, like if you're not used to getting the flu or something, I never get sick. This was the first time I've ever taken the days off of work from being sick, and I've been here for 11 years. So I was never sick, and I was really, really sick. But yeah, I got the flu vaccine, and I felt bad for a couple days. But man, that COVID, it gets some people, it just wrecks.
Mm-hmm.
I was really sick.
Energy down, all that.
Well, I couldn't. It was weird. My organs in my lower back felt like somebody was squeezing them and pulling on them. My neck and all my muscles in my neck and back and stuff. It was bad. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't take deep breaths. Like if you jog, the feeling that you're out of breath, but you can't quite catch your breath.
Yeah.
It was not good.
Well, we're glad that you're not part of that 0.001%.
I don't know if I am yet. We'll see how the year ends.
You know what I love?
That would have been the
It
best.
may not, yeah.
The vaccine's got a, what is it, 0.4%? Failure rate or
Yeah, like
something
half
that?
of 1%.
But COVID has a 0.01% survival rate, or so it's.
Mhm. I saw
people
an
get sick.
interesting
So
statistic.
you're better off just getting COVID than you are getting the vaccine.
Right. That most of the people that die from COVID are over the age that most people die in the U.S.
Yeah.
Like most people
Like
die at
over 80 years old.
75 or something, and the COVID deaths are like 80,
Yep.
which is crazy in and of
Right.
itself. Well, anyway, that was a
Good talk.
tangent.
Just
Right.
thinning the herd.
So again, we never quite got it. So they see you come in at the end of the class.
Anytime during the class, really. I had 7 classes today that I went to, for instance.
Jesus, where do you live?
Yeah, so I live in Uptown, just right down the
What's
road.
your address?
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, so you live, okay.
Yeah, I live right here in New Orleans, but man, I travel. Kentwood is the furthest north
Uh-huh.
that I go. I go down to Houma. I go east to Kiln.
You
And
work 7 days a week?
I do.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Oh,
Love what I do, man. Saturdays and Sundays though are busiest, obviously for class reasons. But
Yeah.
yeah, so I come into class, talk for about 10 minutes, get people to understand the importance. They sign up, closing about 75-80%, and
So when they see you, what? Not the whole spiel. What do you?
Yeah.
What do you say mostly when you come in?
yeah, absolutely. So pretty much what we're talking about right here. You know what we
COVID
do as an
deaths.
organization. Yeah,
And
right.
alcohol.
Exactly, and that scares them enough, right?
Mhm.
I give 'em-
Conspiracy theories.
Yeah, exactly. I give them free ammo and they sign up. No. Yeah, I pretty much talk, you know, the education training. And
Nowadays, you pay just as much for the ammo as you do for the membership.
That's right. Yeah, $29 a month. You know, it's a box of ammo.
What's the entry?
Half price.
What's the entry? That's what it is. $30 a month. Is
29.
the entry level?
Entry level's $29, no startup cost.
I pay annually.
Well,
It's cheaper to pay annually. Get a little discount. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll
Now,
talk
I
real quick about.
I do
what
have
we
the platinum plan. You could bump me up
kill
if you want.
anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
There's one level higher than me.
How many levels are there?
3.
Uh-huh.
Gold, platinum, elite.
So what's the differences?
Yeah, so the difference is the training, the online training that we do.
Oh, that's another thing. They do have a ton of online training.
Ton of online training. So instructors, just like Frank, or maybe not just like Frank, you know, across
Frank's
the
a
country.
specimen. They're not just like Frank. Holy. Don't
Yeah,
throw them
so-
in that boat.
They put together these 30-minute clips. There's about 118 of them on the platinum membership, 200 plus on the elite, for people to sharpen their skills, become better protectors of themselves and their families. Takes them to the range instead of just punching holes in the paper, you know, like most people do, sending lead down the range. Now they're going with the purpose. They're thinking, what's going to happen? What are going to be my reactions? How am I going to act involuntary at that situation? Right? 2.8 seconds, FBI statistics. The average gunfire fight, 2.8 seconds. You don't have time to think. So what we do in those platinum elite memberships, as Frank's probably gone through some of those videos, you know, I mean, it really breaks it down to how you're going to handle that situation and be better prepared. So it gets really in depth as you get to the elite, but which is what I have. I have the elite membership, and I enjoy watching that every Sunday night. Man, 30 minutes, that's all it takes, and I'm better prepared. I don't have to go to the
Who
range
does
as much.
those? Do you do them?
I do the coursework online. Yeah, so it's short little videos, quick little videos that we have put together. So
Is there anything that you can't kill an attacker with? That you just
if it's illegal to own, if it's illegal to own, obviously you're not going to be able to use that to defend yourself, right? You shouldn't be owning it in the first place.
what is it? Like
It's
what?
Pretty narrow.
I'm trying to think of
So
what it
you
would
could
be.
use a flamethrower. You could use. So if you shot him with an SBR and you didn't have a tax stamp.
Oh.
Used to be brass knuckles. I think were illegal at some point in time. They're not in Texas anymore. I don't believe they are in the state of
No,
Louisiana
they're not
either.
here in Louisiana.
So if you have to defend yourself and you happen to have brass knuckles in your pocket, I mean, obviously that's going to be a defense tool.
Roll of quarters.
Pocket knife.
roll of quarters,
Yeah, absolutely. So any act of self-defense.
that microwave oven.
I got hit with a roll of quarters.
Frying pan.
I got hit. Yeah, I did. Too. I got hit with a champagne bottle. See the
Did they go
scar?
open-handed or with the
Oh, I
roll
don't
of
know. I
quarters,
was
or-
unconscious. See
Well, no,
this
the-
thing right here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Was that New Year's Eve?
It's a
Is that
champagne
coming
bottle.
up on the anniversary.
No,
or-
it was the first time I got arrested. It was we were outside of Tux when I
The
was like
first time.
when I was when we got in fights in high school and college. It was never anything bad, but somebody hit me in the head with a champagne bottle outside of Tux.
Oof.
I think I was like 17.
See, I got hit
Uh-huh.
right here with one was a closed fist handful of quarters.
Nickels are better, I think.
Well, I got hit with that right here, fractured my eye socket, and then there was a guy standing next to me, had another roll of quarters, and he hit me like that, ooh, with the back of his hand. Split this
He knew what he was
lip
doing.
open.
That roll of quarters is probably.
This tooth right here is fake. And
Yeah,
then
see my teeth are chipped.
Yeah.
That was number 2.
And then this front tooth was pushed back like that.
Oh.
And I was right in front of a hospital. And I walked to my buddy's house around the corner.
You got him to
knocked
drive
on
you
the
to
door.
the hospital.
Knocked on the door.
Carry him.
Walked past his dad, went into the bathroom, looked at my tooth that was bent backwards like that, and went and popped it back into place.
What do you mean? It's not a dislocated joint. It's
I
your
know, but it
tooth.
was pushed back. Like it was like on a crooked. It was pushed all the way back.
Yeah, but it
like-
doesn't go, and then that's it.
No, I mean I pushed it forward and had to hold it like that for a little while, but it stayed. I didn't break the
Started
root.
growing again.
That tooth is strong still. But this one I spit out in my hand. And that's when the guys jumped in the truck
You
and took
stuck
off.
in the Cracker Jack box and went to. The
No, I actually
hospital.
dropped it, and they had cops like looking
Oh,
in the
for your
grass
tooth.
and everything for my tooth, trying to find it. It was crazy.
I had a tooth stuck in my shoe once. We won't
Tooth?
talk about that. Nah, that's a story I can't talk. That actually, never mind. I had a tooth stuck in my shoe. I didn't even know it. Yeah, until I looked at the bottom of my
You
shoe.
sure you didn't grow up in Chalmette?
No, I didn't. Just
I
as
did. That
bad
was-
of a.
That was like the pastime, fighting in Chalmette.
Yeah, we used to love. I mean, it was fun. I met a guy that came. I didn't meet him. I know a guy that came in. He's an attorney now, and we used to fight their group of kids in high school. Weren't you in the office? Weren't you in the office?
Mm-mm.
Somebody was in the office when I was saying, "Hey, we used to fight each other on the weekends." He's like, "No, that was my brother, bro. We used to fight your brother. My brother used to fight you." I was like, "Yeah." Tell him I said hello. I mean, I don't care now. It's fun. So all right. So back.
Yeah, you did stupid. You know, I mean,
Back
high
to
school was
Clayton. Oh, I
kind of
loved
that.
it.
You know, I mean, you
We used
just
to love to
you
get in
bounce back
fights,
up the next
fist
week,
fights.
and
Yeah, it was fun.
So is there any reason that I would call the USCCA, and I would tell y'all what happened, and y'all would just go click?
Yeah, tell me one of those stories.
yeah, I mean,
You go click and you unplug that phone line
Yeah,
for
right,
24
yeah.
hours.
Yeah, you're not calling me, fortunately, so I wouldn't be able to
I'm
make
gonna
that
call
decision,
you.
right? Yeah.
I have your number.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, Clayton, I'm
Next
running.
time,
I'm running
first
right
of all,
now.
I know
Come
if
pick me
Devin's
up.
calling me, something's wrong. So
The cops are after me.
I got
I
no
need a place to
bottom
hide.
teeth, and I just caught somebody with a toaster. I'm so scared. Go get me.
They're still looking for me.
Did they anybody ever call you? Were like, whoa, I can't believe you had to kill him with a toaster.
Man,
Two
I've had someone
toasters?
call me in tears, thanking me for being at that class and signing them up because they
God,
had something
yeah,
happen.
Ugh.
And they called
only
our
thing-
critical response team. We helped them out.
The only thing that
25
bugs
minutes.
me about classes is we get people that they'll be like, I've never touched a gun before in my life. I'm going for my concealed carry tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, a
Those
lot.
people scare me.
Man, and Frank, correct me if I'm wrong. I'd probably say closer to 50% of your class or more at this point in time.
Never touched a gun before
Never
in their
touched a
life.
gun. In fact, some of them even say, "I don't even have a gun yet,
Right.
and
Well,
I'm here
they-
taking a concealed carry course."
Well, they have to qualify.
Well, some instructors will loan.
Right,
but,
right,
but
right.
you don't even know what gun you're using yet. So we're at an unprecedented time in America where
Right.
people are, not only not to get political, but people who used to hate guns are now saying, "Hey, we may need a gun."
Yeah, we had a lady say that the other day. I hate guns, and I need a gun.
Yeah, and now we're seeing people buy these guns, and they're saying, "Man, we got carjackings up 150+%
Yeah.
New Orleans." I mean, you got to start taking it into your own hands.
Well, especially
So,
with
yeah.
COVID, the people being out of work,
Yeah,
crime
absolutely.
skyrockets.
Especially around Christmas time, man. We see it the week before, week after.
Funny enough, I had I had the best like scam phone call the other day. So they called me, and they were like, "Oh, your social security number has been compromised. It's on hold. We suspended it, and press 1 to speak to an agent." So I was like, "Doot," and the guy came on, and sure enough, Spanish, he told me he was in Mexico. After we started talking, and I said, I'm just wondering how long you guys are gonna try to pull this scam off on people, And this guy did a complete turnaround. He was like, "Man, I'm so sorry." He said, "I lost my job after COVID. It's the only thing I could
he
take."
apologized?
Yeah. And he was like, "I'm not trying to scam people. He actually stayed on the phone with me talking to me because he didn't want to call other people from what he said. And I was like, I said, "So you just choose to get a job where you're ripping people off?" And he goes, "I really don't want to." He said, "But I make more money if I actually talk people into it." And he said, I said, so you're ripping off old people?" And he said, "No, actually, it's 18 to 25 are the ones that fall for it the most." And I said, "Really?" And he said, "Yep, because they're afraid. They know nothing about their social security number. They just fall for it every time."
You called me the other day asking me for my social and said that I think he roped you in.
But it's he apologized. He said, "Man, I got a wife and kids. I got to feed them." And he said, "It's either this or go to work for a cartel or, sell
Oh, he was
drugs
really
or-"
in Mexico.
Oh yeah. And I was like, "Really?"
Ugh.
And I said, "Well, I appreciate your honesty, man." I said, "Thank you." And I said, "I hope you have a Merry Christmas." And I said, "Thanks for talking to me." And he was like, "Thank you. I don't really get to talk to that many people straight up."
I was like, cool.
Oh, he's probably in a hole somewhere. The cartel were listening.
Well, that's what I asked him.
Pushing
I was like,
hole.
they don't monitor these calls, do they? And he's like, no, they don't.
That's
they
when you hear kabang.
don't. It was a hitting the back of the head with a champagne bottle. Because I even said, I said, so you're making money for some bigwig who's ripping people off, you know? And he said, yeah, I'm so sorry. I don't want to do it, but I gotta feed my family. And I said, so how much do you make? And he was like, $200 a month. Ugh. I was like, what?
That's sad.
Yeah, I felt bad for the guy.
You should have gave him your social.
No,
selfish.
indeed. Selfish bastard.
Okay, well, just take.
You and your social security and
Yeah,
everything,
I
you're so
know.
special.
Just
Give
take,
him 8 digits and let him figure out. Then let him earn the 9th digit. Let him have some money.
Just take 100. Don't open a bunch of credit cards up. You can have it. Just here's my credit card number.
He literally sounded like authentic. He was like, make more money when I do actually talk people into it, but I hate doing it.
Ugh.
It makes me feel bad. So it was like the best scam call I ever had in my life.
Is there a clause in any of it like you can't do this though? This is one thing that you can't do. Don't do it.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you're it's an insurance plan, right? It's a membership, and it's a self-defense liability insurance. So obviously, there's wartime exclusions, right? You can't go to war and expect to be protected. There's other exclusions such as that, and I'd love to get into those with some of my students that like to ask those questions, but at the end of the day, it's any act of self-defense.
Oh, you mean if you're in combat?
Yeah, if
overseas,
you go to war,
you throw a pineapple in a schoolyard.
yeah, obviously in that
No
situation,
go.
you're going
Yeah,
to
if you're
war
charged with
for
a
your
war
country.
crime or something, they're not going
I
to back
gotcha.
you.
Yeah. So there is some little, small speak such as that. But as far as the
Burn a village down.
Yeah.
You can't get covered.
yeah, right, exactly. You can't build up your own army and then
Right.
try to take over America, right?
So y'all don't cover like the Branch Davidian group and all, like the group of people that want to fight against the government and stuff.
I don't know if
What
we
would you
do.
have done with?
I don't know if we do or not.
Those
Do
was it
they
North
still
Carolina, those guys
Utah,
that-
right?
No, I got a better one.
Wasn't that Utah?
God, I just watched the doc the other day. It was good. I mean, it
Oh,
wasn't
those
really
weird people over in
Yeah.
up in the hills in Oregon. Is that the one you're talking about?
It was with the guy who played. He was in that. God, he was in. He lost a lot of weight, and he doesn't look anything like himself in the. It's not a doc. I guess it's just a short series, but it's based on when the ATF and FBI raided that compound in. Come on,
Texas?
Waco.
In Waco?
Waco.
Well, that's the Branch
Branch
Davidians.
Davidians.
That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what brought it up.
Right,
what
right.
what would you do about that?
Did
you
they
think?
ever actually fit? Did they actually?
They killed all those people.
Yeah, but did
Well, they're saying. The
I
ATF
think it has
says they
more-
started the fire.
I don't think that's what happened.
because
So-
everybody was huddled with the kids in the bottom room.
I mean,
or
the
some shit.
doc makes it look like they were.
The aggressors.
Well, it just makes them look like they were really good people, and the
right?
government
I saw
did
that
something
one.
they shouldn't
Was that
have
on
done.
Netflix?
Yeah.
You're a
It
Netflix
was
watcher.
pretty good. I mean,
Netflix
it
and
was
chill.
very, very salted with,
Sure.
anti-government, and I don't think it was that
But
bad.
now, initially though, when the ATF raided it, they shot the shit out of them. They fought back.
No, I don't think that's true. Because after I finished watching it, I watched other docs and stuff online, and it sounded like the ATF
crossfire or
was
something?
working with the FBI, and they came to Waco to their compound, and were gonna go in because they heard that they had. They were selling guns, which they were, but I think they were selling them legally with an FFL at gun shows and stuff.
I didn't know they were.
And
doing
I don't
that.
know what the hell I'm talking about. So if I'm wrong, sorry. We've been drinking here. So I
Might be blending two cults.
Right. No. This was it. They were going to gun shows, and that's one way
Okay.
that they were making money is they were selling guns at gun shows. The Waco people, and so that's what originally drew them to that compound. And then they probably didn't really care for them because they were alt-right. They were
Left.
pro-religious, groups that.
What
didn't
alt
want-
would that be?
I don't
if you're
know.
Religious.
Well, they also, multiple wives.
They were
and-
just
had a lot of
anti-government,
polygamy and all
right?
that.
There was a bunch
Right.
of shit that the doc kind of swept under the rug to make it
Sure.
look worse.
Sure.
So it's not gospel, but
Sure.
I'm pretty sure that they came to raid the compound, and they had dogs, and the dogs ran out. They didn't know they were getting raided, so the dogs were out or something. The dogs came up and they shot one of the dogs. So they shot, but they didn't know they shot a dog. They thought they were shooting at them, so they returned fire and they got in a big gunfight, which is what started it. Which I'm pretty sure that's really what happened. What
was that? Was that in the 90s? That was in the 90s, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was 96 or something like that.
And
but it went on.
And they brought that tank in.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
The place
They brought
burned
that
to the
tank.
ground.
And they were shooting tear gas in, right?
And they
Or nerve
started
gas.
a fire, yeah.
That's right, yeah.
And they ended up locking the women and kids in a fallout shelter. And the tear gas started a fire, and they couldn't get
Burned
out of
them.
the shelter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cooked
Burned them alive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ugh. Terrible.
I've seen several documentaries on that, and the interesting thing about documentaries is, it depends who writes it.
Right,
Depends
right.
Who, right.
I had
it's
no idea
wild.
what was true or not, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, it's obvious that I don't think they should have done that to those people.
Yeah,
which
it was
is
kind of
terrible.
wild how it all went down. Like, I mean,
Right.
they were literally like, it was a war started over this little house.
Right.
Right,
And
it
it
was
didn't seem like before that they had much proof of what they actually did.
Right.
To do all of that.
That's what it
to
seemed
them.
like. When I,
Yeah, they just went there to serve a warrant to search.
I mean, and the
Right.
guy was marrying underage kids and stuff, so he wasn't a good person, I don't think. But I also don't think they should have burnt alive 60 women and kids either.
Right. There's
So
probably
what
a
if
lot
that
of-
file comes
there's
across
probably-
your desk?
That is frowned upon.
Yeah,
Right,
very
yeah.
frowned upon.
Yeah.
You cannot burn
Like
women
many-
and kids alive.
Yeah,
This is
it doesn't. At a
20.
minimum, it doesn't look good, right?
No, very
It's not a good-
complicated PR once you
Right.
toast crisp a bunch of women and kids in a compound. Ugh.
Jeez, how many were there? There was like 20 something, 30, maybe 30.
There was there was more than that. I think it
Was
was
more?
closer to 50 people, and I think only like 6 of them
Most
or
of
8
them
of
were
them.
kids, right?
Yeah, and there's
Most of
so
them were
many
kids and women. Yeah.
So many documentaries. One will say, "Oh, they did this,
Right.
and they did that," and then the ATF has their side, where they're like, "Oh, we just walked up and rang the bell."
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Uh-huh.
kind of like the news nowadays, right? I mean, it just depends which one you watch.
You
Right.
watched the Epstein doc?
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I'm amazed that they didn't talk more about that. Anybody. We stumbled across a massive structure that nobody seems to know about while he was having political figures and celebrities to this island, seemingly to bang little kids or young underage, and then he killed himself twice, and now nobody knows anything, and you haven't heard about it since.
Right.
Well, no, but you got that
So
woman
crazy.
who was his.
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
she's-
about to flee the country the other day, to go to Africa or something like that.
Is she not?
She's got a kill switch. If they knock her out, a bunch of
Right.
videos are gonna come pouring out in the.
Right.
Oh,
to
yeah,
the
she'd
White
be
House.
dead already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
huh?
She'd
Yeah.
probably
A
be dead
helicopter's gonna drop about a case of videotapes on the White House lawn.
UPS
kill
is
her.
gonna pull up.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Special delivery.
Freaking Amazon Prime.
Right.
Check it out.
All right, Clayton, so we're gonna back you in our classes. Why, without giving names, why are y'all so much? Why are y'all so much better than all the other ones? Y'all have to do something or include something in
Right.
your memberships that's different, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. So a couple of things, and to get a more serious note, right? Exclusions and contracts. Going back to kind of what you mentioned, one of our top competitors, a main exclusion in their contract is domestic violence. Right. Law enforcement knows. Most of us know. Over 80% of phone calls that go into dispatch or to police officers is domestic violence. 80% plus. We don't have that exclusion in our contract. We believe everybody deserves that representation. Everybody deserves to be heard out.
So no matter
It's
what the background is, if domestic violence is on the report, they don't cover them. And
Our
you do.
competitors
Right.
will not cover them, and we don't have that discrimination. We don't have that exclusion in
Right.
our contract.
No matter the background of the story.
I would have a hard time selling a product that says 80% of the time, see ya, right? So we're going to still provide that protection upfront funding, making sure they're taken care of in that situation. You see a lot of girlfriends, ex-boyfriends,
Sometimes they get
husbands
on
and
Amazon,
wives, you know what I'm saying? I
At
mean-
Amazon at night.
and the thing is, man, domestic
Just stuffed
violence,
in a body
domestic
bag.
violence isn't only boyfriend girlfriend. If you know them, if they're delivery driver, if You know their name, right? They're
Oh,
gonna
is
be
it?
included in absolutely.
I didn't
yeah.
know that.
If they're an acquaintance, if you know them, if you have that conversation with them, it can be labeled domestic violence. So, number 2, most comprehensive plan out there. We provide funding for civil cases and civil damages as well, up to $2 million. So we're covering you, like I always say in the state of Louisiana, it's not if, but when the lawsuit comes through on the civil side. If you have to defend your life, it's going to happen. We protect you up to $2 million in that situation.
With your attorney? Or
So obviously our money's on the line. We got skin in the game. That's going to be our attorney. It's going to take care of the civil side. Criminal side, you can choose any attorney you want to represent your life, to represent your freedoms.
and then y'all cover the
200.
attorney that we choose.
If you'd like to choose whichever attorney you want, absolutely. Yep.
In the
And then
criminal
this-
case.
In the criminal case.
In the civil case, they provide the attorney.
Yep. Obviously,
cool.
our skin is on the line, right?
How
We-
long I gotta sit in jail until y'all come wheel me out of there in a wheelbarrow?
Part of your stuff is bail. Part
Yeah.
of your coverage is bail.
Exactly, Frank. Yep.
You working for them or what?
Hey, I pay good
Come
money for
clean.
that shit.
I'm gonna have to.
Come clean.
I'm gonna have to
man.
give him my social security number at the end
I
of
know,
this.
right? If he could, he's
Let me call Manuel. Hey,
Hey, I got one
You
for
should-
you.
There's
you
$100
should go over the
on
different
line.
the different plans that you tell people.
There's 3 or 4.
There's 3. It's basically what I just covered, right? So
Which one your cheap ass has? The titanium one?
I have the platinum. I want to get
that
the
one
elite.
sounds like a good one.
Mid-level.
The platinum one sounds better than elite. They
Well,
should
elite,
be.
elite,
you get a
though.
lot
there
more
should
training,
be,
more
you
in-depth
know,
stuff.
like
silver, gold, platinum.
So you're saying
That's what it
gold,
used to be.
elite, platinum, or
platinum should sound.
Yeah, when I
like the
first
one you
signed
want.
up, it was silver, gold, platinum, and then he changed.
So he was a big dog.
Ah.
He was VIP.
See, I think I'd get the platinum just because it sounds. You get a card.
Well, that's what I got when it first happened. Then they came out with the elite, and
It's
now I'm in the middle.
It's a card you get.
Yeah.
It's got a chip in it.
No.
Is it
It's just
hard
plastic.
like metal? Oh, it's plastic. Y'all need to get those metal cards you can hurt people with.
Yeah, a
I
little
have one of those from
something
Capital One.
sharpen the edge
yeah.
of it.
Yeah. I dropped
Yeah, I have that
one.
too,
I
that
almost cut
Capital
my
One
toe off
Venture
the other
card or
day.
whatever.
Yeah.
It's
I had it in
metal.
my pocket and I dropped it and I moved my feet. I thought it was going to slice my little toe off. The thing weighs
That's
like,
funny that you bring that up because I was like, I wonder if I sharpen the edge of
I
this.
know.
Could I
you
cut
can.
somebody with it?
I keep that in my back pocket when I'm walking the streets at night. I might have to call USCCA after I slit somebody with a Capital One metal card. Venture, they call that.
Yeah.
That's when you're moving. You're on the move. All right, so you go ahead. You got 3?
Man, you got it. Yeah, we covered it all pretty much. So basically, the insurance, the self-defense liability insurance, is the same for all 3. Right. So what we focus on is the education and the training. That's the upgrade you get when you jump up to the platinum and the elite. So making sure you're prepared, right? Any
Oh,
level
really?
of
So your level of coverage doesn't go up on the different plans?
So it used to, right? We changed it about a month
Frank's
and a half
about to
ago.
downgrade.
No, we changed it about a month and a half ago, and for that reason, we felt like people deserve the max. People
Right,
deserve
right,
the
right.
max of protection, but you can change it anytime, right? Exactly, Frank. We don't lock you in, so you can change it anytime whenever you make that choice.
Right.
But what we say is, right, the maximum level of insurance, and unlimited insurance doesn't mean jack if you ain't alive, right? How are you going to be able to enjoy those benefits? So having that platinum, having that elite, or being like Devin, who's able to practice, who's able to go and train and be better prepared. If you don't have that time, you can do that online.
So what if they don't make it out at the con? What if I get gunned down in a pizzeria in Harlem, and old Chelsea calls you up, wanting some coverage? What happens then?
Yeah. So if it's if you're defending yourself and a criminal charge comes from that, right?
No, if they
If
get
he's
me,
dead.
if I go down and out.
Yeah. So if you're defending yourself and a
Uh-huh.
criminal charge falls on you for that, then yeah, absolutely. To clear your name, you're dead anyways. I don't know why it would matter, but for Chelsea, it would. Your spouse is covered in that situation.
Yeah. So and it's not life insurance, so you don't get the.
Yeah, so
coverage.
we're not going to pay you, right? We're paying to protect your name, to protect you, keep you out of prison, and also civil damages as well. So,
Oh,
yep.
they can stuff me in a dumpster. I don't care. I'll be dead. But, so the family's protected.
Yep. So your wife and children up to the age of 18.
That's pretty good.
Yep. So Chelsea would be
I
covered.
might not make it out of that
so
pizzeria.
Chelsea would be covered if she has to defend herself under our spouse plan. It's half the price.
Which plan is that?
It's the exact same coverage. You add a spouse onto the primary membership for half
all
the price.
3 of them?
For all 3 kids?
No, for all 3. Calm down. I got 1 kid. I'm not having another one. I haven't slept in 6 months. So for the all 3 plans, you can add the
Spouse for
Spouse.
half the price of each plan. and they get the same coverage limits, all 50 states, their own dashboard, everything. So, and it's half the price. We just feel like we shouldn't gouge one household. So, yep.
You can gouge.
It's the
So all
it's the
these-
most comprehensive plan out there.
All the things like the giveaways and the
Yeah.
discounts and things like that. I don't remember looking, but does the USCCA have any kind of a discount for like a dry fire system or anything like that that people could get to practice in their home or anything? You know,
Man, that's a great question. So, and you may be jumping the gun on this, but we are working on something. It's in the works. And Frank, you're on top of things here. But I expect in the next year with the cost of ammo and the shortage, right, we'll have a system coming out that is going to give people the ability, sort of a Glock mimic, firearm, that, has the ability to pull a trigger, has all the natural feelings of it, and to be able to do that training at home. So I see that coming. Right now, of course, what we try to do is we try to drive people to a range. We try to get them to do that live fire drills, the qualifications. But, every level of training, every level of education spurs more questions. It spurs more action.
well, even me. I mean, with my level of training, my level of experience with firearms, things like that, I still have a dry fire system at home that I've built up over time that I really like, and I use it. I wouldn't say the most frequently, but I do use it when the urge hits me, and it does
I
help.
just shoot into the pool. I stick out those rubber ducks in the pool and just. It doesn't hurt the pool. The system that gathers the lead,
Right.
you can melt it down and make more bullets. my little daughter's got those little ducks. She doesn't use them.
Hey,
They had a rough day.
get one of
Pops
those.
them off in the pool.
Get one of those fishing magnets.
And then the neighbors leave you alone too. That's right. What the?
Yeah, just send.
And it also keeps the property taxes down.
That's right.
Right,
My neighbors
yeah.
leave me alone. I haven't
Yeah.
seen
That's
a
what they do.
neighbor in 6 months.
You're the person that I see on my Ring app every night. I heard gunshots. And no, just Devin's
You guys just got
Devin's
tagged
out
up.
there. Devin's out there with a glass of bourbon, just
Yeah.
popping some
Yeah.
off into his pool.
Like a Middle Eastern wedding. I'm just. Have you ever? What kind of gun do you carry?
So I carry a 365. That's my favorite. I'm a
sick,
SIG
huh?
guy, man. I used to carry it, and it was heavy as hell. 229, 40 Smith and Wesson, man. That was.
I knew
that's
a
my
SIG guy
baby,
once.
man. I love it. So I'm a
Once.
big SIG guy.
No Glock? You don't like Glock?
Nah,
I
man,
used to hate Glock too, but man, I worked in the range for like a decade, and they never broke. Man, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I've never owned one.
Glock, do the right thing. Send us some Glock.
There you go. Yeah, plug.
It's
We're getting that guy in next time.
I don't know. But I haven't shot that a lot though. You shoot it a lot?
A little bit. So I just got it about 6 months ago.
The
and
regular 365 or the XL?
The regular with the extended.
Yeah, see, I have
It
the
just
XL
fits me
with the
just
red dot
right.
on it.
Right on, dude. Yeah. And I should have got the XL. I didn't even, at the time, I don't know if they may have come out with it, and they did, maybe they're out of
It
stock.
did come out after.
But
yeah.
I saw that they had the,
And now they have the
Put that
SAS.
red dot.
They have, there's a number of different
Yeah.
models now.
but I want the XL so I get that red dot on it, man, because I'm hooked to that.
Yeah.
So,
It's. I mean, you get 2 extra rounds with it too.
Yep.
With the XL,
Yep.
and it does feel really good. So
Yeah.
that's what attracted me to the 365 in the first place, was the feel of it. And I tell you, Springfield gave them a run with their model that came out. The
Hellcat.
Hellcat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
they're
it feels pretty good too.
Yeah, it does feel good. I've heard things on the trigger, man, that a lot of people don't like the.
The XL's trigger is phenomenal
Yeah.
because it's got that flat trigger, and
Mhm.
I mean the reset on it is great. The feel of it, I mean the pull weight, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Well, goddamn
Buy a
SIG.
6 hour.
Send this guy some SIG. We're trying to make some money off of this thing. We're not
Hey, I
drinking
used
in
to
the
call
closet
when
for
I worked
no reason.
when I worked downtown for Dominion, not the voting company.
The girl, high school?
What?
What'd you say?
When I worked downtown for Dominion
Oh,
Resources.
Dominican, I'm thinking of.
No. I used to call like Microsoft, and because I'm an IT guy, so I would call all these different software companies, and I would say, "Hey, we're getting ready to give this presentation to our board. Can you send us some free stuff?"
Mm-hmm.
And they would send us boxes of stuff, like from trade shows and all that kind of stuff, water bottles, everything that said their name on them.
They ever sent you something that just like a car or anything?
No,
anything
no,
cool?
nothing
Some
good.
money?
Just trade show stuff.
a bag full of
Flash
gold
drives with their logo on it, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
So when's the next class after January 9th? You said that one sold out.
So we just. So I wasn't bullshitting when we first spoke. That was like a maybe not a month, maybe 2 or 3 months after.
The first time we spoke.
The first time we
Very
spoke.
first, yeah.
That was a few months after we had, Baba came
Numbnuts,
in
yeah.
and screwed everything up for you and pissed me off. So I wasn't really in the mood. But we had just started building our classrooms, and they weren't really up yet. So we had time to talk about it, and they're finishing. We had our first like just basic kind of class, like an entry level course, and they go shoot. It's $89, by the way, if you want to join. They do it 3 days a week, and at Jefferson Indoor Range, and that was the first time we had anybody in that classroom. Was like 2 weeks ago, and the first
Socially
class,
distanced, of course.
right?
Sure.
Of course, practice safe social distancing. And the first class is going to be January 9th. It's already full, so you can't sign up for that one. But you can sign up for the ones in the future. There'll probably be one every Saturday if we get, once things start rolling. We still got to do, flyers. We have a flyer at the other store, but it's got a bunch of things we got to change on at times and stuff.
Good. And y'all post these on Jefferson Indoor website,
Well, I mean, again,
correct?
this is
is
brand
infancy.
new. This is we
So
weren't
look
even
forward
going
in
to
the future.
do this until after COVID, but it seems like COVID's going to go until I'm long gone. So we started on the 9th as our first relatively large class. I think it's got like a dozen people in it, and then as COVID restrictions get more laxed, we'll be able to fit like 20 people in this room and closer to 40 people in the other room.
Yeah,
But
they're
it's
big rooms.
brand
I
new.
saw them.
Yeah.
They're nice. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. They're really nice. And we're building, this is probably the last time you'll see us in this podcast studio, if you want to call it that. We threw this together. I got a wild hair for some reason and wanted to do this. But I'm glad I did. It's fun. Gives us the time, to drink and talk
Yep.
a bunch of shit.
I like it.
And, yeah, it's fun. But yeah, we're building a studio on the other side, a podcast thing on the other side, and then 2 classrooms on this side. And we'll either do 2 classes once a week or 1 class twice a week. We're still kind of debating that. But the first one's going to be on the 9th. We're going to see how it goes. Frank will be there.
Yep.
Frank and Dave. And then we have another instructor who's still getting certified. It's a young lady. So we'll probably do like a woman's class once a month. We did that at the other store, and they seem to enjoy, not being... I don't know. I guess they feel more comfortable, especially if they're, green and shooting.
I think
with
sometimes
other
they feel
people.
intimidated.
Yeah, which
if there's
I
a bunch of guys
understand.
in the room. Same thing with the gym. They have the
Sure.
little separate section for the women.
I need to know how to get in that gym. Chelsea better watch out. Going to all women's gym. But yeah, the 9th is the first one, and there'll probably be at least once a week, probably 2 on the same day once a week, and fill both of the rooms so you can bounce back and forth.
Good.
But
good.
it'll probably start closer to the end of January. Again, we're not trying to ramp up as soon as it starts, because I'm sure
Yeah.
there'll be some problems. Some
Even
things
our,
to-
we just kind of tailoring the training documentation as well, and we working on
Yeah,
like
we
the
haven't even finished
PowerPoint-
that,
PowerPoint slides and all, and I just put like what's on the back of the card. Don't talk to anybody. Just tell them, hey. I was
What do you tell
involved
them
in
when
it.
after they're standing over somebody in a body bag? What do you tell them to do to the police?
And
Tell
so
'em
we
to the
can talk
police.
about the PowerPoints and getting some structure from the USCCA as well. We have certified instructor program, and we have
Well-
full slideshows and everything. So we'll talk about that after
I was going to
this,
ask you
but-
too about the videos that are out there, and I can't talk enough about the magazine that they come out with. I really like the magazine.
Yeah, you better
Everybody
be in
does,
the
man.
magazine.
Oh,
Clayton,
man.
anything else you got, my brother?
Man, I'm good. I'm excited to be here January 9th, man. For those people coming to class, they're in for a real treat.
I'm excited too because I
Frank,
talk about the
he-
USCCA.
so it's gonna
in
be
the
perfect.
When I
classes,
told
so it's
him
perfect.
that we were having you on, he whipped out that card.
Whipped it out. There you go. That's what we do.
He said, "I'm already a member. You don't know
I'm a
nothing
member.
about USCCA."
I love the USCCA.
So it's gonna be good, man. It's
How
people-
many members
People
y'all have?
deserve this.
What did you say?
Little over 550,000.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah. Yep. All 50 states.
So are we getting some swag for this, or
Yeah, what am I
Yeah,
getting
I got
out
a
of
T-shirt.
this?
I got a T-shirt for
hats,
you guys.
a
Yeah.
T-shirt?
Yeah,
maybe a
I
jacket?
got a T-shirt for you.
I'll get that sig, you get the holster. We'll call it a day that he's keep talking about. How many, you do a bunch like all day, every day?
Pretty much Saturday and Sundays. That's our busiest days. But you know what we find? Wednesdays are the second most popular day.
Why is that?
For people wanting to take concealed carry classes. Because they don't want to blow a weekend. They don't want to blow a Saturday. They don't
weekend suck.
They want to blow a Sunday. So they come on a Wednesday and they burn one day of vacation or one sick day. And they come to a class and do a Wednesday class. and
Maybe we'll do
knock
one
it
then
out.
on Wednesday.
So
I would
I-
have never thought that during the week would have been a...
Wednesdays are second most popular from Saturday, and Sunday's actually third
Hmm.
for people wanting to take that
Now
class.
you're giving us something we can use.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's taking me an hour to get some good... how do we make money?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So
What's-
that's what we found in our research is that Wednesday is definitely second.
So the
most
people
popular.
that want to sign up, please do it here so we make some money.
Yeah,
cheap
absolutely.
people.
So what we do is we set up a remote link for you guys and visit www.uscca.com/remote. There's going to be a little link right there,
And then you delete that and you type in JeffersonIndoorRange.com. I'm just
type
joking.
in. All you
I'm
got to
joking.
do is type in Jefferson because
I'm
you all,
joking.
all you guys know Jefferson Indoor Range. Type in Jefferson. It's going to take you to a form to fill out, membership form. Plug in your information, guys. The best thing about what we do is the 365-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied with what we do, you take that opportunity.
So if you kill no one in a year,
full 365 days, but you gain that education and training, and you decide to cancel at
It
the end of the
definitely
year,
gives you a level of security knowing you have that insurance.
not having to worry about it.
yeah, I'll get
but-
it. Now that I got a daughter, before, I mean, they can have the house. They can, they can take me out in handcuffs.
I was just always
they can rope me
petrified,
up
like-
and take me
You-
to Southeast Asia. I really
You
suck.
always hear
But I
about
got a
these
daughter
people
now,
that are-
so I need to get I need to get some insurance.
Well, you
That's
always
right.
hear about these people that are sued into bankruptcy for civil cases and stuff like that, just defending themselves. And
Yeah.
that's one of the reasons why I got it. I was like, oh.
That's the
I
thing.
can't
Even
have
people who
that.
say, "Well, I don't have anything for them to tank," it don't matter. They're gonna run you into a hole until you can't anymore.
Right.
And whether you got money or not, I mean, in the state of Louisiana, especially,
I think this is the most
most litigious state
yeah,
in the nation.
most litigious. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
one. I would look like an idiot trying to
Got you. I
think
got
of
you, brother.
litigious. But yeah, I think it is. I think it's the most
Yeah.
litigious state.
Yeah,
I think it's this in Florida. I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, we're two
You know,
of the
we
highest.
have some digital signage units downstairs. We could put some USCCA stuff on. If
Right
you,
on.
If you know.
Don't you have a,
negotiate that?
Didn't you say you'll have a like a kiosk or something?
We have a kiosk that we're wanting to put in at Jefferson. We're going to do that here in this new year.
Where they can just sign up?
Sign up right
Oh,
there.
that's cool.
They're waiting on gun counter, waiting on to buy a new gun or get some ammo. Boom, plug it in. It takes about 3 minutes.
But
Super
do you
easy.
get anything for it? I mean, we would like to help you out too. That doesn't go to you though. Probably.
So yeah, I work commission obviously. I work.
But
for
do
this
you
job.
get the ones that you put in?
And so yeah, absolutely. So if they sign up again, remote link, type in Jefferson. It's uscca.com/remote, and then type in Jefferson. That's going to get you guys. Obviously, we help you guys out with marketing, and we're going to help you develop your webpage and get people to understand what you guys do and get them in here. And so that's how you guys would get credit for that as well.
All right, so give
All
them
right,
that
guys.
website again.
Definitely. www.uscca.com, uscca.com/remote. It's a remote link. Type in Jefferson into the little code box, and then you're going to be able to input all your membership information.
And of course, I don't have my phone with me at the moment, but you guys have an app too, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. We've got an app. It's got reciprocity map on it. If you travel outside of state lines, like most people do, Mississippi, Florida, it'll actually ding you when you cross that state line and tell you what the different gun laws are that you need to be aware of when you cross that state line.
See, I think that's one of the bigger selling points.
Alabama's got some weird laws.
That's what you should have started
Florida
with.
does.
Yeah, Florida's got some weird laws.
We
from
used
outside,
to give
so,
a booklet, a pamphlet
Yeah.
with all the laws, but they change every year.
So we're
That is a big selling point.
We're big on that, and we break down the laws. You can actually go on to your dashboard when you become a member, and you click on Louisiana where you have your concealed carry license, and just start scrolling down, and we break down every single law pertaining to concealed carry, pertaining to use of a firearm in that state, and we break it down into layman's terms. takes you got to sit down in front of a lawyer to make that happen, to see exactly what does this mean. We break it all down for you. So depending on what state you're in, Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, it doesn't matter. You click on that map, you click on what state you're in, and we're going to tell you what those laws mean.
So it tracks it tracks you and
on your
tells
phone, yeah, your app on your phone. It
tells you where like
while
the
you're
Chick-fil-A's
traveling.
are and stuff.
Yeah, while you're traveling. So yeah, exactly. I wish. Canes,
Sad,
especially,
And
man.
you can,
Especially
can't you
canes.
store your concealed carry information?
You can store it in there as well. Absolutely.
What do
Yeah.
you mean, like what?
Like your license number and your like state expiration
Yep.
date and all that kind of stuff.
In case you're carrying your phone with you and you don't have your concealed carry with you, it's gonna have all your information right there. So.
That's they'll take that. Like if you get pulled over with a gun.
So I believe, yeah, because it's number one, it's going to be tied to your driver's license, right? I mean, but you can also have your concealed carry number in your phone as well, so you can say, hey, don't have my card on me, but hey, I have my information right here, and that's usually sufficient. They can plug that in, take care of it right then and there. So.
They've really done a lot. I mean,
Yeah.
they've done a lot of.
Yeah, see, I need to.
research and
I'm
development.
glad he came. That's one of the main
Yeah, definitely.
reasons. Because I got turned off with all the other ones, you know.
We
but
do
I
so
think
much more.
I know.
Some
I
of them,
wish
I
so
mean,
much
you
more.
I
could
promise
easily,
you wouldn't be here if I didn't think
You
that.
just
Yeah.
go to Morris Bart and get liability insurance. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
these guys tailor specifically to firearms, and they know what they're doing. So
Yeah.
that's why. I mean, I did a lot of research before I ever even signed up with them, and I've been a member since 2013. So it's even then a lot of stuff has changed to now because I just looked it up the other day, like all the differences in the different companies and the top 5 that are out there right now, and these guys are still listed as number 1 with the pros and cons and all that kind of stuff.
What kind of car they get picked up in out of jail? You know?
Uber. No.
Oh, Uber.
Yeah.
You gotta talk to the Uber driver.
It's a big white Suburban, says USCCA
Right. I
on
want
the
to get
side.
picked up
Right,
in a
yeah.
super stretch.
Yeah. Dog the bounty hunter.
So how long when they come in and they see you? How long do they see you for? You think in the class?
Yeah, so whenever they come to the class, man, I come in and I talk. My talk is about 9 minutes. So I briefly explain what we do. I like to be there for about 25, 30 minutes because the question and answer scenario afterwards is going to be huge.
Yep.
That's where people have questions. They say, hey, what are you guys going to cover? What does this mean? I can't cover everything in a talking point. So answering those questions is huge. Having Frank on board is going to be huge. So I asked for about 25 minutes.
Presenting that need to them and say,
Yeah.
hey, look, you really should. Because, I mean, I do it in the class and I say, hey, I've had liability insurance for this long, and it does give you that sense of security to a certain point.
90% of people, at least, maybe 95%, don't even know that we exist, right? They know auto
They don't
insurance.
even know they should have it.
They don't even know they should have
Right.
it. They have auto insurance, they have home insurance, they have flood insurance, they
when
maybe
we
even have
mention
umbrella.
When we mention it in the class, people are like, what?
The biggest
Liability
difference-
insurance? Why would I need that?
Yeah, the biggest difference is intent, right? If you defend yourself, you're intentionally causing harm on someone else.
And those civil suits could include this person standing here who says, my ears hurt now because you shot that gun around me and now I'm suing you because I have trauma. Mm-hmm. Could not even been involved.
Cut that out. My
So, yeah.
neighbors are gonna be really upset. They're gonna
Yeah.
sue the shit out
Yeah.
of me.
They're gonna take your pool.
Clayton, it was a pleasure.
Hey, thanks
I'm
for having me,
glad,
guys.
we got to do it in a relaxed setting.
I'm
I
excited.
hate
for
the
new
news.
studio,
You know what I
man.
mean? Everybody talks in a certain way.
Yeah.
There's commercials. You can't say certain things. That's why
Right.
we did this. We get together and talk
Bullshit.
in bullshit in layman's terms. Actually get to know you. People get
Welcome back.
right.
He's got a great radio voice.
That's why I did radio for a long time with well, they don't want to be dragged into it, but it was fun. But you can't. I don't know.
Stick to the script.
It's better, I think. This
Stick to
way.
the script.
Yeah, I think
When we
it's
get
much
that
more-
that new studio, we'll have you back.
Yeah.
Give us an update, and that'll be after you've done one of our classes. So I'm sure we'll have more to talk about.
At that point we may be at 1 million members. I don't know.
I think it'll be
It's,
much. I mean, really beneficial to the members because I mean, hearing it from me as a member and hearing it from the actual company is two totally different things. So.
Yeah,
Who was the
absolutely.
young lady that came with you?
Oh, Katie Thulin. She's a DM. She's actually only in Texas now. So
What was she? Which?
district manager?
Oh, okay. She over.
Yeah.
She's like your boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
How many people are in the area with you?
2. So myself and Austin Williams, which I think you've met Austin as well. He's in Baton Rouge.
Katie, he did a great job.
There we go.
He did.
Nice
Katie, I
plug.
swear to God, I told him he probably would never be in here after the last
She
time
did.
that we did. But
She did, yeah.
but
He told me that when
Yeah.
he mentioned you.
I
he
told
was
her
like,
that.
He was like, "Oh man, I feel so bad. I told this guy
Hey, what?
several times to fuck off."
Hey, I was in here like
I
every
told
week
Katie,
though, right?
I'm like, Katie, I'm so pissed that it had nothing to do with you, but we've had a few other people in
Yeah.
here with other competing companies, and we will never do another one.
and Devin told me that, and I go, Devin, if what we're doing doesn't make sense, and if what we're doing isn't real, I wouldn't be here every week. I wouldn't be coming back to
he
you.
He did a good job.
And I was like, you know what, you
Persistence
guys,
paid off.
you guys
He
need
did.
this, and your students need this. And if I didn't believe in it 100%, I wouldn't have done that. You know, if I didn't believe in what we do, and that the students that are going to come to y'all's classes didn't deserve this, I wouldn't have came in here. But that's what I believe in. So.
Well, good. Well, we'll
Thanks
see
for
you
having me,
on,
brother.
On the 9th. If you signed up for a class, you'll see Clayton and Frank on the 9th, January 9th, 2021. And then after that, there's still some open spots for January. So go on Jefferson Indoor Range. You can see our hours. Our classes are right now they're every Saturday. What did y'all do last time? It was from 10 to 7?
Yep.
Yeah, 10 to 7. And we'll probably add some more classes as it progresses. Give us a call, 504-218-7822 to sign up for basic and concealed carry classes. Frank, Clayton, thank you very much. I'm Devin Burgess with Jefferson Gun Outlet, Jefferson
Thanks,
Indoor
Clayton.
Range. Till next week. Cue the music.